Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Bentley and Albert, and today I wanted to share another homemade dog food recipe with you, dog-friendly lasagna. So let's get started. I want to thank Vlog After College, another YouTube channel, because this is where I got the recipe from. I absolutely loved his recipe. It was very easy, very fun, and so I'm excited to try it today. So every lasagna needs a wonderful sauce, even our dog-friendly lasagna, and we're going to use red bell peppers to create our sauce for the lasagna. And so it's about cleaning the lasagna, cutting the lasagna, kind of getting it cleaned out, and then putting it on broil for about 5 minutes so that you can then peel off the skin. You want it really nice and charred on the top to peel it off. So let's get started handling our sauce. So now that our bell peppers are out of the oven, we want to conceal them for about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to put them in the bowl, put the lid on there, let them sit for 10 minutes while I prep something else, and come back, and then I'm ready to peel off the skin. And so after that point, it's about pureeing it into the food processor. So just putting it in the food processor, giving it just a couple of shots so that it really blends well. And in the end, you then have your yummy sauce that is very dog friendly. And I do want to make a disclaimer that, all of our pets, they have their different allergies and things that go on with them. So definitely when you're cooking for your dog or preparing food, I really caution you to check in with your vet and just make sure that what you're feeding your dog is safe and okay. So now that we have our sauce taken care of, it's time to create our cheese mixture. And every great lasagna has to have that cheese. That's the best part of a lasagna, is the cheese and the sauce. They work well together. So how we're going to make Bentley and Albert's cheese is we're going to use cauliflower, and we're also going to use ricotta cheese. So those are two things that are great for Bentley and Albert. So one thing I will say is I'm using the part skim ricotta cheese. And so I'm going to also add 1 egg in it, and that's going to help the consistency and help the lasagna kind of stick together. So to start our cheese process, what we want to do is we want to fill a pot with water because we're going to steam our cauliflower. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the cauliflower and I'm going to break it off into pieces. I'm going to use about half of this head. That's enough to do the size lasagna that we're going to make. And so it's just about pulling the lasagna apart and making it into smaller pieces so that I can puree it. Because basically what I'm making is cauliflower rice. That's kind of what you want to think about. Like if you make cauliflower rice, you want to make that same consistency. And so you put it into the food processor and you just hit it, pulsate it for a couple of times so that you have that consistency of that cauliflower rice. And then what you want to do is you want to steam it. I'm going to put it on the stove and I'm going to steam it for about 5 minutes, and that's going to get it to the consistency that I need it. I'm then going to take my cheesecloth and I'm going to put the cauliflower in there and let it cool. And after it cools, I'll then drain it. But right now, let's just let it cool, and then I'll show you the process of how to handle that after that. But while it is cooling, let's go ahead and get our ricotta in the bowl along with our egg and get that mixture all blended together. And so while we're doing that, our cauliflower is cooling, and then we're ready to combine these babies together. And so while I'm waiting a little longer for the cauliflower to cool, I'm going to move over and I'm going to get my meat started. Now you can use your meat of choice that your pet loves, whether it's ground beef, ground turkey. I'm using ground pork for Bentley and Albert. And so I'm going to get that on the stove and start cooking that meat. I'm also going to get my pasta, which is going to be just that regular lasagna pasta ready. So getting that water on the stove and getting the pasta going so that can be ready also. Now with the pasta, once it does finish, what you want to do is you want to rinse it off with cold water, and then you also want to sit it in cold water, and that'll stop the process. So now that our cauliflower has cooled, one thing you want to do is drain it. So now that I have it in the cheesecloth, I just want to squeeze it tight, get all of the water out of the cauliflower, and then I can put it into my egg and ricotta mixture and give it a nice blend. And then this is our cheese mixture. And so all of this coming together, I'm hoping that Bentley and Albert truly, truly love it. So we got all the elements done. We got our meat going. We have our cheese going. We have our sauce ready. And so now it's about assembling our lasagna. And so what I'm using is just my square glass baking dish. And I'm going to line it with parchment paper. That's easier. You don't have to use oil. Don't want to use oil in my pan for Bentley and Albert. So I just want to kind of use the parchment paper. So then it's about layering. And so when I layer, I'm going to put a little layer of the meat down first. And that's going to really help stabilize the parchment paper. And it's really a great start. Then I'm going to lay down my pasta. And then on top of my pasta, that's where I'm going to spread that beautiful cheese, that cauliflower cheese mixture. And you really want to be sure to do this on top of the pasta. It's easier to spread the cheese mixture on top of the kind of naked pasta versus waiting till you put the sauce and things on. And then from that point, it's just about layering with your sauces and also a spinach. So that's one of the layers that I'm going to do. And you know this is going to be so good. I just have a feeling Bentley and Albert are really going to love it. And it's all those elements that they love between the red peppers and the cauliflower and the spinach, and just kind of giving it a different texture and a different feel. That's basically what I'm doing, is taking common foods that they love and making it in a different way just for fun and just to make things kind of creative for them. And if you have a dog that's very picky, this may be something that you can do to really help them have, buy into their food. Sometimes they get stuck where they won't eat their food if they have it too long. I know Bentley and Albert can tend to do that, but if I prepare it in a different way, it feels like a different food to them. So once we have our different layers, you just want to repeat and continue. And then it's about putting this in the oven and baking it for 30 minutes. And you want to bake it on 375 for 30 minutes. You definitely want to cover it with your aluminum foil. And also, I recommend sitting it on top of a pan so that if you have drippage or anything like that, it won't mess up your stove, dirty your stove rather. And also, once you cook it for the 30 minutes, you want to just take the foil off the top and give it about another 15 to 30 minutes to just finish it off. I will say, I did forget to mention this, that I did top it with that mozzarella cheese, and I did do the fat-free mozzarella cheese on top. That just gives it that extra nice, beautiful touch on the top of your lasagna. So now that our lasagna is out, it is absolutely beautiful. Bentley and Albert, they know that something is in the works for them, so they're a little antsy. And so now I want to go ahead and plate it up on their little saucer plates. These are the little plates that I put together for them. And it looks so beautiful. And I love the different layers. I love that it's those elements that Bentley and Albert love, from the pasta to the spinach to the, cauliflower cheese and the sauce. And so it really is good. And actually, friends, all the elements in here, if you want to make this lasagna for yourself, there's nothing wrong with that either. So let's see what Bentley and Albert think about their pasta sauce. And friends, as you can see, it is definitely a hit. Bentley and Albert have definitely let us know that they love lasagna. And this is so rewarding, being able to fix this for them and then to see the results, because they are not playing with this lasagna. So friends, I hope that you have enjoyed what I have shared with you today. I also want to remind you that my new book, Beautifully Organized at Work, has launched, and I will put the link in the description box below. Also, if you're not subscribed to the At Home with Bentley and Albert channel, we would love to have you. Definitely click that subscribe button along with the bell so that you receive notifications every time they post a video. So friends, again, thanks for joining me. I will see you at the next video. And this is Nikki, Bentley and Albert saying goodbye.